Hello, this is Nancy. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first Christmas set of DIYs. The first one is a one-horse open sleigh made out of tumbling tower blocks. You're going to need a total of, I believe, 82 blocks. And we're going to need 5 sets of 6, 4 sets of 4, 6 sets of 3. That's for the bottom. And as we go along, I'll let you know where we're going to be using them. I'll have a drawing of the layout of the sleigh so you can follow in the description box below. I'm here gluing 5 blocks together, and at the end I ended up using 6 blocks for the sides. So we're going to start with the 6 sets of 3 for the base. So we're going to glue them staggered, I don't know, one horizontal, one vertical on top of each other, as you see here. And I'm going to start gluing them down now. While the base is drying, we're going to glue the 5 sets of 6 side by side as shown here, and that's going to be the seat and the front of the sleigh. And you're going to glue 2 of those 6 block sets on top of one of the block sets to make a U shape. You're going to let that dry, then we're going to glue on the front of the sleigh one of the 6 block sets. Once the seat is dry, you're going to flip it so the U shape is upside down now, and you're going to add the last 6 box set as the back seat of the sleigh. Now we're going to glue 4 sets of 4, and that's going to be the armrests of the sleigh, or the sides of the sleigh, and you're going to do those to the outside of the sled. So the armrests are a block away from the base. I don't know if I can explain that any better. While the base is drying, we're going to do the runners. You're going to get the 2 sets of 4 blocks side by side, and then you're going to get a vertical piece right where the blocks meet so you can attach it to the sleigh. And you're going to have to cut one of the blocks a little bit to fit in between those 2 pieces. That's where I use my cutoff saw. Once this is all dry, I'm using the lightweight spackling to cover all the imperfections of the blocks in between there and here, and then sanding it down. Now we start painting. I'm using the Waverly Chalk Pink and Crimson for the sleigh. I'm using the Waverly Chalk Pink and ink for the seat, and I'm mixing some gray, the mineral, with the black to make the color for the runners. Once the paint is dry, again I'm using the lightweight spackling, but instead of covering, I'm using this as snow. So I'm just adding to the corners here and there where snow would fall or whatever, and just run it around the corners here and there as you see fit for snow. Here I have one of the Dollar Tree tree skirts for the little trees, and I'm cutting out a piece for a blanket for inside of the sleigh. I was going to use hot glue to clean up the edges, fold the edges over for a nice edge, but then I decided to use I think it's, what is it called? Steam seam or something like that. Let's see. Steam seam. There we go. And just fold it over a 1/4 inch, which is the size of the tape I have, and just iron it down. I have a sewing machine, but for this little project I didn't want to pull out the whole sewing machine. Once I had all that done, the sleigh seemed a little blank, so I pulled out some of my chocolate tour minis, and I started adding some on the back, on the sides, and they came out pretty cute. I'll leave those links down below as well. And this is how it looks once all the stuff is on there. I have pictures at the end with the blanket and everything on it. Now on to the next project, which is the elf Christmas countdown, or Christmas elf countdown. I'm using the articulated elves that they have now. They have also the Santa Claus one, and 2 of the Dollar Tree boxes. I'm going to use only the inside of the box. for this project. The outside I'll use it for a different project. I'm using the foam dies for the numbers on the inside of the box. So now we're going to take apart the elf because I didn't like the rings on it, and I'm drawing the edge of his hat so I can paint it later. And covering those little pesky holes with the spackling. And then I'm going to start gluing them together and painting them. The first is the boxes at the bottom. I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in crimson. And then for the elf itself, I'm using the bright green from Folk Art. I like my projects to have a finished backside as well, so I'm using the same crimson to paint the whole elf in the back with the crimson. Now I'm going to glue the elf to the two boxes. He's going to be looking like he's has the boxes on his lap. I'm using the two foam dies here from Dollar Tree, and I'm adding the numbers to them. I'll leave the description of which numbers need to be on which block, so you'll be able to count down from 25. Here for the legs, I painted them white, and I'm using some washi tape to make some stripes. You don't have to do this. This is an extra step. I wasn't sure how I was going to add the legs to the block, but at the end you'll see they hardly even show. Even though you're not going to see a lot of the stripes once I put the legs under the box, it gives it a good cute effect, like candy cane. The colors you use to paint your elf is up to you. This is a personal preference. For the face, I use some of the Waverly chalk paint in orange, a little bit of the yellow, and a little bit of the white to make a sort of a peach color for his face. And I used the Waverly Maze for his hair. I think I lost the footage of me painting the Merry Christmas sign, also from Dollar Tree. I'm adding a couple of blocks behind it so it can stand up on the front of the elf. And I also used a half round for his nose so he can have more dimension. I'm using a white pen to add some stitching around the edge. It's a Jelly Roll number 10. I think I got this at Walmart or Michael's. I'm not sure where at. But this is also another personal preference. I can't speak today. It just gives it a little bit extra dimension as I get to the whole elf. Again, I'm using the Chocolate Christmas minis here to give it more life to the red boxes. I was gonna say bloxes, and this is so cool. So it just adds a little extra touch to it instead of just plain boxes. I'll leave a link to these Chocolate Christmas transfer minis in the description box below. I'm using the candies also on top, and they're just the right size to add some extra pizzazz to the boxes. I like using Chocolate because it's easy, but you can decorate your boxes any which way you want with the Cricut, the hand painting. It's just a start for you to get inspired and use your creativity. Again, I'm using the spackling to add some snow to the edges of these boxes. Again, more dimension. If you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Comment below what color will you color your elf or your sleigh. And also, till next week, be brave, be strong, and create. Now, how do we add these legs? I decided to just glue them to the bottom of the boxes. So when you look at him, it looks like he has the boxes on his lap.